Hello, my name is Bob Halt and I'm about to show you how to install the new SRD spring perch that's just came out. We're going to go through a few steps, real basic. You may do it a different way, you may have some mechanics who may do it a different way, but this is just a demonstration of how it can be done. There's no right or wrong way. It's just a basic knowledge thing. This new perch is pretty awesome. I think it's a nice, neat addition to customizing your car, plus it has functionality. We will be looking at how to set it up on the bench, and then we'll show you some close-ups of the perch, and then we'll show you the differences of the standard installation with your U-bolts and shock plate compared to this perch. Here you have the perch, a close-up view of it. And as you can see, there's some spacers on it, and these spacers are designed particularly for your particular setup. They're the height of approximately your leaf stack if you have a leaf stack, or they are lower for a mono shock setup, not shock but leaf spring setup. They design the width exact for whatever width your leaf springs are, front and back. Very nice welds, hardened steel, TIG welded, and you got your studs inside that are welded. And side view, obviously where the axle goes. Pretty basic, but simplistic and clean and very functional. Okay, here we have a Ford 9-inch axle out of the 67 Camaro. It's completely empty, and I have it on some jack stands. As you can see, it rotates very easily. What I've done is I mounted a flat piece of steel across two bolts, so it's flush with each surface. The dial indicator could sit flush on one of the surfaces, but it's fell a few times, so I wasn't going to do it that way. Very simple to do. Right now the axle is upside down because I want 7 degrees negative, and that would be pointing up. So if you're looking at the back of your, or the side of your car in the rear, your pinion angle would be pointing up 7 degrees, if that makes sense. It's been tested 3 or 4 times at 7 degrees with a multi-leaf setup, so I know that this works. Your particular setup may require a different degree. SRD parts will help you facilitate the correct degree. It's called customer service, or you can even get me on my email. Right now I'm going to show you how to use the dial indicator and set it up appropriately. I may have my head in the way for a second, but when I pull back you'll see. Right now it's at 90 degrees and we're going 7 degrees negative camber, not camber, but negative pitch. And I already got my red indicator set to where it's at 7 degrees, and I'm just going to line up my white dial indicator to match that. And we should be fairly close, if not right on there. I also am going to show you how we're going to keep it there, and it's just a homemade device that just a wedge and a piece of steel on the other end of the rear end that will keep it secure while we put our perches on. Okay, I've put my little wedge device on the end of my axle and have reset that. The last demonstration was just that, a demonstration. The axle kept kind of flopping around because it's just off balance. We are at 7 degrees, even though I'm not perpendicular with the camera, it is at 7 degrees. And now I'll show you what I used. You can use anything, a piece of all thread and whatever you need. But I have a piece of steel just lightly bolted onto the rear disc brake bracket, and I have a wedge on the bottom to keep it in place. Real simple. All I'm going to do is use that so it doesn't rotate. And now I'm going to set the spring perch. Okay, we're back. I've got the purchase set on there. I've got my rear end set at 7 degrees. And what I've done is take some measurements. I'll share them with you. Don't call them gospel. They are for this 9-inch. And what I've got is center to center perches are 42.5 center to center. And measuring from the outside of the flange, face of that flange, right here, is 7 inches. And that should be the center of each perch. The center of each perch itself is 2 5/8. So I've made a mark, as you can see, on both pieces, and then lined them up, triple check the measurements. And what I'm going to do next is stick a level on top of each perch and get it leveled and tack weld. So I'll probably do one at a time. What I would recommend is that you make sure you have a brand new level. I'll go on this one over here and demonstrate what I'm going to do next. It's not really that difficult. Right there. I'm just going to stick my level on top and level it, and that's where we'll tack it. Now it's a magnetized level, which helps in case something falls or slips. And it's that simple. It's dead center in every measurement. And the perch is level. We're at 7 degrees there. And that will conclude this video. I will show you the difference between what the SRD perch looks like and what your standard setup looks like here in a minute, and then that'll be the end of the video actually. But this is the end of the instructional part, and all that's left to do is tack and double check everything and then do a full weld around the perches on the axle itself. Okay, we're back, and as you can see on the left closest to the camera is the SRD perch, kind of mocked up, and a real nice SRD shock plate that comes with it, not with the kit, but it's one you can purchase for your setup. And on the right is your standard industry U-bolt setup. A little more involved with it, and not for sure that an accusation would be correct if you said that it's possible this can move around in hard cornering or even hard launches from the drag strip, but you know, it's been used for many years. I still think that the SRD part looks a lot more solid, more clean, doesn't look like it would move around or play at all, but that's just an opinion. You know, you can decide for yourself, but I think they're great, and I'll be welding them up this weekend and getting that rear end painted and stick it in the 67 Camaro. That'll conclude the video. Hopefully there was enough information for you to get started. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at Bob Halt, that's BOBHALT, at hotmail.com. And I can further direct you where to get these and hopefully answer any of your questions. Thank you for your time.